my scrappy friends, this is Hannah with you today, and I am working on some tags for my December daily prep. I am wanting to get a whole bunch of stuff prepped for my foundation pages, and I'm trying to get it done earlier this year because last year I never finished. So I'm going to be working on both of them this year. We'll see how that works. So in the SpeigelMom scrap store, there used to be these tags. And so since I have a whole bunch of them, I'm going to use them up. And watching Allie do her foundation pages, I really liked the idea of having some tags to do a little bit of journaling on. But you could definitely use tags in that you have in your stash too. This would be really fun if you use like a Christmas pattern tag or something. So the first one that you see me do, I just used a re-inker ink, or like, you know, the re-inker from Distressed Ink, and I use that with the blending tool, and I used the cracked pistachio, which is like a mint color. And then so now I'm working on this, and that is a Tim Holtz layered tag stencil, or a stencil. I mean, you don't have to use it in a tag, but it looks like brick. And so I'm going to build a whole bunch of different layers because I want this to have like a dimension, and I want it to look like a brick wall or brick. And so I used some navy with some white, and the navy is the Acirtonez navy. I had to use a regular white, my own white paint, because I need some of the white, the 3 sheets to the wind, which I think it would have looked a little bit better because it needed something not so dark, but that's okay. And so then I'm also just using different layers of the See You in the Morning Dazzler, which is a shimmery texture paste that doesn't have any texture in it. It's just shimmers. And then I used the graphite and the textures and a whitey tidy. And I just mixed them kind of throughout because I wanted it to look like a brick. And bricks don't have just one color. So I really feel like that really helped do that. So yeah. And then I'm also going to use this crushed coral for this. And I'm just adding some stars. And I'm trying not to use it through the whole stencil so it doesn't look so boxy. I mean, it's harder on tags for stuff to look boxy, I think, because, I mean, there's only just the top, but still. And make sure that you clean everything off really good when you use the textures and stuff. So, and then I just sprayed it with some Eggnoggin, and that is my favorite gold spray right now, because it has a little bit of a yellow tint to it. So the Vibez has a little bit of pigment in it, and so it looks a little bit more, it shows up a little bit more gold. There also is another shimmerings that has stuff in it that doesn't have any, but I think Jody just mostly has the Vibez and the spritzes, and I like those ones the best. I think that having a little bit of the pigment in it really makes that shimmer just like pop. So it's a really nice and fun gold. So it'll look really Christmassy. And I picked the coral because it has a pink tone to it. And a lot of the collections that I'm going to be using this year has some of that pink in it. And now I'm just going to use, now this is gold from my own stash. It's my own stash of paints. And these are the Kiritaki Gold Starry colors, and they're really, really fun and gold. And these look amazing. So I'm just putting it on the edges because I'm going to be using some embossing powder. So I think near the holidays is one of the only times that I whip out my embossing stuff now. It's just, I don't know what it is, but I thought that I'm going to use some gold embossing powder, but I thought that the gold would show up a little bit better if I put my own layer of gold. So I just used some of the gold paint, and then I'm going to whip out my stuff. Here we go, to emboss. And so I'm going to use some VersaFine ink, and this is just like a sticky ink. You could also use like a gold, I bet you the some of the gold ink pads probably also would work, because if it just needs to be really juicy, and I find that like the metallic colors tend to be a little bit more juicy, because really you just need the embossing powder to hold on to it. But VersaFine, or like Versamark, works really well. It's like a glue in a pad, and then you just put the embossing powder all on what you, I mean, obviously if you're stamping it, you could do it that way too. That would have looked really nice on there if I had stamped like a holiday word going across it or something. But I didn't think about doing that because I was just wanting to do the mixed media. Though this ended up taking me quite a while, just because I did a lot of different elements and I didn't do it all at one time. So I'm gonna apologize, but I don't really know why I'm apologizing for a longer video. Just some days it takes longer to get some of these things done. And I did quite a bit. I did 5 tags. So, I mean, it's not, because I did something different to each tag. I think that kind of stuff takes a little bit longer. But that just goes to show you guys that, like, a lot of us who do stuff on YouTube, we cut out a lot of stuff so that we can keep our videos shorter. And I know I could have just left I could have cut some of this out, but I wanted you guys to see the different elements and how I'm going to put them together in the end. So I also did that little reset girl tag, or like card holder for like when you go to the library and you have to take your book out and they stamp it and stuff. Do they even do that now? They probably don't. They probably have it scanned right into the computer. I don't go to the library very often anymore. It's been a while. It's been at least 5 or 6 years. But anyway, that's all besides the point. So now I'm just going to hit my heat gun with it. And this is the embossing powder that I'm using, is the Lindy Stamp Gang in gold, and it's pretty nice. I will say that it takes a few passes for it to melt all the way. So I don't know, if you have really detailed stuff, I find that I don't like the way it works as well. I feel like there's probably a better embossing powder, but I don't use them enough to feel like I need to just keep going out and buying a whole bunch. So now everything is dried, because especially some of those tags needed time to dry. And so now I'm going to get some layers going, and some of them I'm going to use like let there be a border around it, and some of them I don't. So I'm going to cut my paper. That paper looks all crazy because my dog decided to seal it. So I'm going to cut off the piece that's all ripped. And because I saved it. And then I'm going to be using a lot of this Christmas paper from the Fa La La line, and I really love it. I love these plaids and stuff in that line. Oh my gosh. That red one. It's one of my favorites. And the teal one. And I was just trying to go for variety, and I did pick that lined or diagonal stripe from Jen Hadfield, because I feel like it's a nice soft pink and it'll work nicely for some layers. It's a little bit lighter than the collection, but I think it needed something a little bit lighter of a pink. So I'm gonna get everything. I didn't realize that it took me so long to get everything situated here. But I'm just kind of trying to figure out which one I want to work with first, and I decided I'm going to work on that houndstooth one. And at first I was like doubting if I really wanted to put that card on the houndstooth, but I decided to put that card holder on there because I think it'll look good. It'll make it look a little bit tighter of a pattern, because right now it looks kind of messy to me. So, which happens, right, when you do mixed media and stuff, but sometimes it's nice to have it look a little bit cleaner. So I'm hoping that by adding some different pattern papers and layering some stuff on it, that it will look a little bit more clean. And so I'm gonna put a piece of that tree paper too. I feel like that's a good way to tie the striped pink in with the greens and stuff, and that'll also help tie in some of that mint green from the tag from the houndstooth. So I'm just trying to decide how much of that paper I want to use with the trees on it, because I had some cut out and I could have just, you know, lined it all up and just put it out, but I decided that I wanted to make better use of it so that I have more left over. So I'm gonna cut it in pieces, and I layered that doily, the white doily. Those are from the store too. I'm not sure how many doilies Jody has in the store, but I'll make sure I link to stuff that is in the store that she still has. I know she had a lot of stuff and she put some stuff on sale, like a lot of the felt pieces she doesn't have anymore, but and the cork pieces, but I'm still using them. They're a fun little embellishment to add to your pieces, especially to stuff like this. This was really, really fun to do. I should have put on a Christmas movie, but I don't think I was watching a Christmas movie when I did this. And then, so I added that chipboard piece, and that's from the collection. And I'm going to add some sequins to that and just around on my tag. Now, one thing I will say, some people like to use the glue dots. I like to use the green Tombow mono. I feel like, or yeah, the mono multi glue. I like the green one better than the blue, but that's just me. I mean, obviously, you use what you have. And yeah, use what you have in it here. Sequence how you like. But also know that they could fall off if these are just like coming in and out of your album. I mean, in the end, I'm not too picky about it. If that's something that bothers you, you could also make a shaker with these too. You could put a film, like put something on and use your sewing machine and sew it too. I just didn't feel like doing a shaker since I did a shaker last time. So this red paper was a little wonky and I had to fix it. And those ones I had go all the way up pretty much. Just pretty much along the red one, there was a little bit of an outline, and then the green one really didn't have much, pretty much. And I'm going to fold this so it's at the corner. And these gold doilies were also in the store. I'm not sure if she has any more of those. I'll look and see. Like I said, all the stuff that is in the store, I'll make sure I have linked below. But this was stuff that used to be in the store. So if you have bought it and you still have some, this is a good. I mean, you could always use other color doilies, or you could even have a white doily and then spray it with some of the vibes, and that would look really awesome. And also in the store, Jody used to have these snowflakes, these felt snowflakes. So I'm going to add that because that's the perfect color. It matches with the pinks that are in the collection already. And so I just used my sewing machine with that die cut tag and sewed it. And then I stapled that embroidery floss in a bow. And I'm going to add some sequins, and I'm using these sequins are the ones that are in the store that look like a wood grain. And then next month, Jody also has some other wood grain ones that she is adding to the store too. So be on the lookout for all the really cool wood grain ones. They're awesome. They're so, so pretty. Okay, so now what we have is I sewed around the outside of that red plaid, and I'm going to cut down this deer card. I wasn't sure at first if I was going to use that Oh Dear from the Ali Edwards December Daily Kit, and that's the Paisley Press version, or like add-on. But there also was one that says something about having a happy Christmas or something, and it was mostly white. I just felt like it was too white with that other white little tag from Maggie Holmes. that is in there. And that heart is actually a red color cast heart. It's like a mirror heart. So in a bit, I'm going to take off the little film. There's a film on it so that it doesn't get all funky. And then the other side also has one too, but it's from the mirror part, so you can't use, you wouldn't want to put that side up. But those, it's really flashy and it's so nice and fun. It works so well with the cork and the plaid. It just looks really fun. And then I'm going to add these felt hearts. I have just a few left of the felty hearts, the little ones. And then I'm going to add these sequins. And I am using, just so that you guys know, I'm using from the Nice List sequins, or the Nice List Happy Happy Winter, and that's the one that I'm using right now. And then like I said, I have the wood sequins that they're like almost like a bronzy color too. So I didn't add any of that one to that red tag though. I just used the Happy Happy Winter. And then I have this little tag, and that's on the back of the one that has the brick on it, but I wanted something on the back, even though I'm probably going to be adding my journaling to that back part. I just wanted a piece of pattern paper. I will probably do my journaling on the black, on that small tag, just because I can write really small, but the kids probably won't be able to write that small on for the other tags. So, and then I just stuck that with that cork piece, and I'm gonna add some of the thickers from, I want to say that's just from the Fa La La kit, but it's wood and half of it is like painted or dipped in white. It's really pretty. I really like the texture that's going on in that with that brick and then the wood, and then I'm gonna add the sequins to it. Of course, that glue is getting clogged up. And I use from the Nice List. I want to say on the Nice List. And I just did it to the one side. I didn't want to put sequins on both sides because then there's a lot more of a chance for them to pop off. And then I'm gonna add stuff to this. And so when I was thinking about my layers, because I really originally wanted to put the layer down towards the bottom, since I had some other stuff on that same side. But I felt like putting it on the other side, I would cover up some of the bigger drops that the nozzle made, and I really didn't want to do that. So I'm taking some of these chunky stars that you used to be able to get in the store. Like I said, if there's anything from the cork or felt from the store, I'll make sure I link to that, but I know that there's not much. So I do apologize for that, but if you have any of these types of pieces in your stash anyway, this is a good way to use them on tags and like little cards. And then I took the Merry Christmas and I'm doing a flag with that. And then I'm also like a banner flag. And then I also did that to the strip, and that was from the Ali Edwards December Daily kit, and it says Melikaliki Maka. So I feel like that was fitting since I love Hawaii. I have to have a nod to Hawaii, even though we're not there anymore, and we probably will never ever live there again. So, but that's okay. I still love it there. And I'm gonna paint these because I did that for the shaker pocket that I shared last week or whatever, and I really liked the way that the gold looked on these cork pieces, so I'm just gonna paint on all of the cork pieces. Yeah, it just really adds something to those pieces. It just makes it really look festive and fun. And I did do a double layer. I kind of let it dry for a smidge. And then that's it. So here are the close-ups. Don't forget to check out the store and see what kind of fun sequins that you can add to your stash for the holiday season, whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or you just celebrate being together with family. So I will see you guys later, and have a great scrappy week. Bye!